Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Muhammad Shoaib. Today we are going to study valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. It is abbreviated as VSEPR theory. It is an important theory regarding the structure and shape and geometry of molecules. Lewis structure gives an idea about the bonding between atoms to form molecules, but it does not give any information about the geometry and shape of the molecules. Therefore, Sidgwick and Powell predicted the geometries of molecules on the basis of electron pairs around the central atom. The main idea of this theory is the electron pairs, whether they are lone pair or bond pairs, around a central atom must be arranged in space as far apart as possible so that there is minimum repulsion between them. If the repulsion between them will be minimum, there will be minimum potential energy and maximum stability. What is a central atom? It is an atom which is considered as a sphere and is bonded to two or more other atoms. What is significance of this theory? As the geometry and shape of molecules strongly affects the physical properties of molecules and its interaction with other molecules, especially in the biological molecules and their properties, for example, proteins, enzymes, and DNA. The significance of this theory is that it gives a geometry according to which we can predict the physical properties of molecules. Other postulates are a lone pair, which is under the influence of only one nucleus, occupies more space than the bond pair, which is under the influence of two nuclei. The electronic cloud of lone pair is more distorted, but the electronic cloud of bond pair is linear. Thus, the order of repulsion is maximum in lone pair, then lone pair and bond pair, and is minimum between two bond pairs. Repulsion between electron pairs decreases sharply with the increase in angle between them. Forces are strongest at the 90-degree when both electron pairs are at perpendicular to each other. They are weaker at 120-degree and very weak at 180-degree. There can be maximum bond angle of 180-degree between two bond pairs or electron pairs, which is possible. Multiple bonds, which are double or triple bonds, they behave as a single electron pair for the purpose of predicting the geometry, but they occupy more space as compared to the single bond. If the central atom is surrounded by bond pairs, that is, if there are only bond pairs around the central atom, then the shape of the molecule is symmetrical. And if there are lone pairs, then the geometry will be distorted. How to predict the shape of molecule? First of all, draw the Lewis structure of the molecule, then determine the total number of electron pairs, mean lone pair and bond pairs, which are surrounding the central atom. If the central atom is surrounded only by bond pairs, geometry will be regular. It will be linear for 2 electron pairs, triangular planar for 3 electron pairs, tetrahedral for 4 electron pairs, trigonal bipyramidal for 5 electron pairs, and octahedral for 6 electron pairs. All these are bond pairs. First type is a molecules containing 2 electron pairs. Here there is the only possibility of bond pairs. There is no possibility of any lone pair, which we will see in coming examples. Here are some examples of second group metals which form dihalides, and here is a HCN, hydrogen cyanide. It is an ion, and carbon dioxide which contains multiple bonds, and then the cadmium and mercury halides, dihalides. Here X is any halogen atom. Two species, two atoms, or two subsystems surround a central atom which are at maximum distance from each other are linear and bond angle is 180 degree. The shape of the hybridization of central atom is sp hybridization. Here we can see beryllium chloride. There is a 180 degree between two chlorine atoms. The bond angle around the beryllium is 180 degree. Similarly, the nitro, basically it is a resonance hybrid of different structures, so there is 180 degree. Similar is the case with HCN and carbon dioxide. All of them form linear molecules. Next is the molecules having 3 electron pairs, AB3 type. Here the first possibility is all these 3 electrons are bond pairs. Here are some examples. Halides of group 3, boron forms single bond with fluorine, chlorine, and bromine and iodine. Then SO3, sulfur trioxide, which form a symmetrical molecule containing multiple bonds. Then is phosgene, COCl2, CH2O formaldehyde. Then there is carbonate ion and nitrate ion. Here the geometry is trigonal planar, that the molecules are flat molecules. Bond angle is 120 degree and the hybridization is sp2. But here are some exceptions. Nitrate and carbonates, although they have double bond between carbon and oxygen, but they form different resonance structures. So the species will be symmetrical. Same is the case with boron trifluoride and sulfur trioxide. But as we have studied that double bond occupies more space, so this double bond will occupy more space in formaldehyde and it will push both hydrogen closer to each other. Thus hydrogen and oxygen, the bond angle will become 122 degree, and this bond angle between hydrogen carbon hydrogen will be reduced to 116.2. Normally it must be 120 in shape of a regular molecule. Same is the case here. It is ethene. Double bonds occupy more space and pushes a single bonds closer to each other. Thus, the bond angle reduces to 115.6 as compared to the 120 degree. Next is the same 3 electron pair AB2, AB3. Here AX2E, 2 bond pair and 1 lone pair. Examples are sulfur dioxide, PbCl2, SnCl2. The geometry is bent, angular or V-shaped. The bond angle is 120 degree. Hybridization is sp2. In sulfur dioxide, the lone pair will occupy more space and will push the bond pair closer to each other. Similarly is the case here. Lead belongs to fourth group. 2 electrons will remain as a lone pair and 2 electrons will form a single bond with chlorine, 2 chlorine atoms. Thus this lone pair will occupy more space and the bond angle here will be reduced from the 120 degree. Next is the molecules are the species containing 4 electron pair AB4 type. First is all the electron pairs are bond pairs. Here are the examples. Group 4 form hydrides and halides containing 4 bond pairs. The geometry is tetrahedral as shown here, or in the case of methane, the geometry is tetrahedral, bond angle is 109.28 degree, hybridization is sp3. Remember that the molecules are not planar or flat here. We have already studied that the central atom is a sphere. So the other atoms or electrons can be arranged in three-dimensional arrangement. And here the bond angle is 109.5. If such type of molecules are planar, then there must be the bond angle of 90 degree, which is very unstable. So the most stable geometry is tetrahedral geometry. It is also possible in sulfate ions and perchlorate ions. Next is again 4 electron pair, but here is 3 bond pair and 1 lone pair. Atoms of group 5 such as nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth form hydrides and halides containing 1 lone pair and 3 bond pairs. 3 electrons are shared by halides and 2 electrons remain at the phosphorus or nitrogen as a lone pair. The geometry is trigonal pyramidal as shown here. Bond angle is reduced from normal regular geometry, which was in the case of tetrahedral. The bond angle reduces to 107.8 in the case of ammonia. Hybridization is sp3. But the bond angle further reduces in case of PCl3. Here the bond angle is 100, which we will see. There are some subtle or difficult to predict the bond angles. There are some other factors, which is the size of central atom also decides the bond angle. For example, larger central atom leads to longer bonds because the larger atom will have a bigger size and will form a longer bond. Thus, the electron pairs, which are bond pairs, will go away from the central atom and will cause less repulsion between bond pairs. If there is a less repulsion, then the bond pairs will come closer to each other and smaller bond angle will be formed. Here the size of nitrogen is less, size of phosphorus is greater, and the size of arsenic is even greater. Bond angle is reduced. Second factor is the electronegativity of outer atoms. The more electronegative outer atoms pull bond pair towards them. For example, central atom is phosphorus. It forms bond with fluorine, chlorine and bromine. Fluorine is highly electronegative, so it will attract electron pairs toward itself. Thus the electron pair will go away from central phosphorus atom. Thus the repulsion is minimum and the bond angle is lesser. Here the bond angle is smaller, chlorine's electronegativity of chlorine is higher, so bond angle is higher, and same is the case with phosphorus tribromide. Next is another type of 4 electron pairs, AB4 type, which contain 2 bond pair and 2 lone pair. Examples include the hydrides of 6 group and some other examples as given here. As there are 2 lone pair on oxygen and sulfur, they will occupy more space and will push the bond angles further closer to each other. In case of one lone pair, bond angle reduces from 109 to 107, and in here the bond angle further reduces to 104.5 degree. Hybridization is sp3. As the size of sulfur is higher than oxygen, so the bond angle is lesser as compared to water. Because the bond pairs will go away from sulfur, longer bonds will cause less repulsion and bond angle reduces. Next is the example of 5 electron pair AB5 type. All are bond pairs. For example, PCl5 and arsenic pentafluoride. The molecular geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. The bond angle is 90 and 120. Hybridization is dsp3. Here is the Lewis structure. Here is the central atom phosphorus and is bonded to 5 chlorine. These 3 chlorine are at equatorial position and form a triangular shape. These 2 chlorine are at axial and are linear. Thus the shape is trigonal, which can be considered here as a base, and one chlorine is upside and one is downside. So the shape is trigonal bipyramidal. Here it is shown. Next is 5 electron pair having one lone pair, 4 bond pairs and 1 lone pair. Examples are given here. We will see sulfur tetrafluoride. The molecular geometry is seesaw shape. The bond angles are reduced from the ideal bond angles. Here, if both of these fluorine are linear and perpendicular to these these two fluorine are at equatorial position and this one lone pair is at equatorial position. These are, we can see that these are in one plane, and both of these fluorine are perpendicular to each other, perpendicular to these planar fluorine and lone pair. As these are perpendicular, the bond angle should be 90 degree. But as the lone pair occupies more space, it will pushes these two fluorine closer, and the bond angle is reduced to 86.8 degree. This shape can be called as seesaw shaped. The hybridization is dsp3 hybridization. Next is 5 electron pair with 3 bond pair and 2 lone pairs. Here the geometry will be T-shaped. From here we can see that one fluorine and 2 lone pair are in one plane, and similarly to the previous case, these two fluorine are perpendicular to this plane. So one fluorine and 2 lone pair will be at equatorial, and 2 fluorine atoms will be at axial position. Bond angle is 86.2 and hybridization is dsp3 hybridization. Next is again 5 electron pair with 2 bond pair and 3 lone pair. Example is triiodide. The Lewis structure is given here. It is similar to the previous cases. These 3 lone pair are at equatorial positions, and these 2 iodine atoms are at 180 degree and perpendicular to these lone pairs. The molecular geometry is linear. As in molecular geometry, we consider bond pairs. The hybridization is sp3d. Next is 6 electron pairs, and all are bond pairs. The molecular geometry is square, bipyramidal or octahedral. Sulfur is central atom. 4 fluorine are in one plane and form a square. As given here, these 4 fluorine will form a square, and one fluorine is up and one is down. Thus the shape is octahedral. We can see that there are 8 sides, 4 above and 4 downward. The bond angle between these 4 planar fluorine atoms is 90, and this fluorine and the perpendicular fluorine is 90, and both axial fluorine, the bond angle is 180 degree. Next is again 6 electron pairs, 5 bond pair and 1 lone pair. The molecular geometry is square pyramidal. Here these 4 fluorine form a square, and fifth one is above and form a pyramid shape, and the lone pair will be opposite to this fluorine. As shown here, this is the lone pair. Next is again 6 electron pair, 4 bond pair, 2 lone pairs. Xenon tetrafluoride, it forms a square, and lone pair will be above and below the xenon. The molecular geometry is square planar, and the electronic geometry is octahedral. The bond angle between all these is 90 degree. Hybridization is sp2. Next is a very rare cases, 7 electron pairs, iodine heptafluoride or zirconium heptafluoridine. The molecular geometry is pentagonal bipyramidal. 5 fluorine are in one plane and two fluorine atoms are perpendicular to them, one above and one below. These two fluorine atoms will have bond angle of 180 because these are linear. This fluorine, iodine, fluorine bond angle will be 72. These are in pentagon, regular pentagon, and the fluorine in pentagon and the perpendicular to them will have bond angle of bond angle of 90 degree. So this is pentagonal bipyramidal. Next is the last example of 8 electron pair. All are bond pairs. Iodine octafluoride ion or xenon octafluoride or tantalum octafluoride ion. The molecular geometry is square antiprismatic. Here, the tantalum is the central atom. Four fluorine are above, forming a square, and four are below them. These both squares are joined by triangular or prismatic shapes. The bond angle is sp3d4. At the last, there are some limitations of VSEPR theory. It is unable to explain the orbital overlapping. It is simple and useful but does not work for all chemical species. And most of the time, idealized bond angle do not matches with the experimental measured values. A major drawback is the group 2 halides are called linear according to VSEPR theory, but actually they are bent. And where VSEPR theory do not predict, quantum mechanics and atomic orbital give more useful and sophisticated predictions. That's all about VSEPR theory. Hope you got that theory and all its points. Questions can be asked. Thank you.